We weigh everything in the balance. I don't ever take lightly the impacts of workers, business owners, nonprofit organizations that are certainly affected by our actions today. But public health needs are clear at this moment. We must take action to slow the spread and protect our healthcare system, and we must prioritize the absolutely essential needs of our city. Getting our young people back into our schools is one of those essential needs. A month ago, on November 16th, we opened 4 schools for 200 high-need students in the city of Boston. And today, 28 Boston public schools are reopening with in-person learning for roughly 1,700 of our highest-need students. These young people who face risks in their well-being when they're not in school need to get back into the classroom. They are students whose families have opted in to in-person learning. We have been doing everything we can to get them back into the classroom. And that's part of what today's actions are all about. When we reduce non-essential activity so we can prioritize education here in Boston. I want to be clear, the Boston Public School Department has the support of my entire administration and has prepared these schools, these 28 schools, for COVID safety. And I want to be very clear on the safety precautions that were put in place. Air purifiers in every occupied space, and frequent air quality testing happening in our schools. The best possible filters in all HVAC systems. Medical grade PPE for staff. Disposable masks for students and staff. This week we're also launching a new COVID testing pilot for teachers, students, and staff. This level of protection goes far beyond CDC guidelines, beyond state guidelines, and beyond what the vast majority of districts all across this country are doing right now. I give tremendous credit to Superintendent Brenda Casilius and her team for doing incredible work prioritizing our students who most need our supports. These are challenging times. These are not normal times. When the superintendent came to our city a little over a year ago, the last thing that was on her mind was shutting the district down and dealing with a pandemic. And that's what she's been dealing with for the last 9 months. So I want to address the vote that the teachers union took yesterday criticizing the district and the superintendent. That action doesn't help our collective efforts during this critical time. I value deeply the work that our teachers are doing and have done all year under very difficult circumstances. I am sympathetic to their concerns about COVID safety. They are all of our concerns, and we are responding to all of those concerns. 100% of the safety measures that the teachers union requested are implemented in all of our schools that we reopened. I want to repeat that. 100% of all the safety measures that the teachers union requested are implemented in the schools that we opened today. The result is that today, many more high-need students and their dedicated teachers and support staffs are in schools. They're working together, being safe, and they're learning. That's a great accomplishment by all involved. We're going to continue to support our teachers and our school staff in this work. And we're going to keep our promise to the families of our children that we will do everything we can to get their kids safely back into school where they belong. I have the absolute confidence in Superintendent Brenda Casilius and her team's commitment to these values and all of this work.